Jacksepticeye, and I decided to do a little room setup tour type thing. It's not going to be anything amazing because the room isn't anything spectacular or my setup isn't anything spectacular, but this is something I get asked in the comments constantly. Either in the comments or if I meet people out in public and they want to start their own YouTube channel, which I think is awesome. If you want to start a YouTube channel, by all means, go out and do it. It's the most fun ever. And you can literally start it with almost anything. But people always ask me, like, what do I need to make my YouTube channel good? Not that I fucking know. But there's this, like, mentality about that you need certain stuff to be able to do YouTube a certain way, which is not true. Any of the stuff that I have here, you don't need that to do YouTube. You don't need it to be able to start a YouTube channel either. I remember when I started, I didn't have any of this. All the stuff I have now, I'm very, very fortunate to be able to have and to be able to use for my job. But back when I started, I had a computer that I built myself, that I built just for PC games anyway. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to try out some YouTube videos. And luckily my computer was good enough to be able to record with fraps on all the time. And then I learned the softwares and everything, but like when I started, I didn't have a microphone. I didn't even have a face cam. I had a webcam that cost €10 from like Tesco or something. And I was going to use that as like my face cam thing. But then I was like, okay, no, the quality is absolutely atrocious. So I put it in here. I still have a webcam. I'll show you what I did. This isn't the webcam. This is what I upgraded to later on. It's a Logitech C920, which a lot of YouTubers use. God, the lighting is fucking weird. Sorry. But I had it like this. I used to have the old camcorder, or the old webcam I had, like sitting like this in my neck. And because there was a microphone on the front of it, I used that as my mic for Let's Plays. And it sounded awful. You can go back and watch them now. It's well, for what it was, I guess it sounded okay. But it was just such like a ghetto setup. And then I upgraded to this. I didn't use this as like the microphone anymore. I just used it as the webcam. And then I got like a Blue Yeti microphone, which again, every YouTuber has had over the years. And that was decent. Compared to now, I go back and listen to the Blue Yeti, I'm like, oh, that did not sound good. But the pretentiousness in me kicked in. But that's what I was using at the start. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to use face cam in my videos. So I started using the webcam that was down here, because I got the Blue Yeti, and I used the webcam that was down here for my face. And you can go back and watch, if you go back and watch like the Cry of Fear series from years and years ago, that's what I was using at the very beginning as my face cam. So as you can see, you don't need top tier quality equipment. It does help that people will probably watch your content more if it's high quality, but it doesn't mean you absolutely need that to make a YouTube channel. Let's look around the room. There's the hat. Awesome. People always wonder about these mattresses. They're here. Okay, I used to have two roommates because there's two rooms downstairs, and they used to live here for a while, and there used to be a bed here, like right below me, and I took apart two of the beds because I cleared up space in one of the rooms, and I took apart the bed that was in here and cleared up space in here. So I had two mattresses left over, and I was going to leave them downstairs, but I thought, you know what? Those are a good sound dampening material. So I just put them up against the walls. I do have all this stuff, but I put these up against the walls because I was like, they're already there. They're going to go to waste downstairs, so I might as well just bring them up here, set them up as sound dampening, and they worked out pretty well. The sound dampening here is decent for the size of room it is. Butts. You gotta have butts. My shelves, I finally got shelves to be able to showcase some stuff because I've always wanted them. And you can see I have Solid Snake. Say hi. Actually, it's not Solid Snake. It's Boss from Metal Gear Solid 5. There's the bionic hand. I mean, that's my bionic hand. I use that from the pictures. I can't believe how many people thought that was a real bionic hand. That my hand's fine, by the way. It was just bruising. I like squeezed something too hard. I squeezed like my PlayStation controller too hard when I played No Man's Sky, and it got bruised. And I made a joke about it then, saying how I got a new hand, but everyone thought it was a real bionic hand. This is what the Bloodborne Collector's Edition came in. So that's metal, it's not actual books. I have Deadpool, Wally, Jake, Groot, and 3 little Jacks that people made for me out of the pop vinyls. And they're fucking awesome, and I love them so much. This is another one that somebody gave me into like a glass case, but the glass case couldn't fit in there, so I put him in there. And there's my Iron Giant, flipping you off. There's the stuff from the Bloodborne Collector's Edition, Ichigo and Rukia. Pip-Boy. I'm gonna turn off this light actually because it's annoying. My little Kerbals! Yay! They're so fucking cute. Soldier 76 and Widowmaker. A jack sign somebody made. Zoidberg. Professor Farnsworth. This is a taxidermied bug that, well, do you taxidermy bugs? I don't know if there's a different term for it, but Susie, from Game Grumps, Mortimer, or she runs Kitty Cat Gaming, or Aaron's wife, Egoraptor's wife, she gave me this for my birthday, and it was such a cool, nice gift, and a really nice gesture, and I really, really like it. Normally I'm not into bugs or anything, but this guy is so cool looking, and I don't know, it was a really nice gesture, so I really like this. This is something somebody made for me from the Spyro series. It's the guys who hold the eggs, but they made it holding a Sam. And it's so adorable and I love it so much, and the knitting is really good. We have Spider-Loaf, the Sams, Meeseeks. Oh, jeez, Rick. We're on camera. What do we... Shut up, Morty. Shut your damn mouth, Morty. This, I have to give to Mark, because somebody gave it to me by mistake. There's the Night Prince. Here we have BB-8. I was going to say R2-D2. Here's a Yarny that somebody made. The same person who made this, and it's awesome. They also made me all, like, the little badges from Unravel, which is so damn cool. Because remember I said I wanted them? I said I wanted them, like, to buy them. I wanted to see if the people who made Unravel, like, made these, because I wanted to buy them myself. So I'm super happy about that. The Jumbo Sam with the Glory Greatest! Arstotzka Proud! The Sans and the Pip-Boy thing. Here's some Attack on Titans and One Punch Men. This is my Artorias, the Boba Fett that somebody gave me, a little bonsai. This is plastic. It's a little bonsai tree. I love the looks of them. My notepad where I write all my games that I have to play, the Vive. Sorry, this is taking ages to go through that stuff, but maybe some people out there will find this interesting to look at. Because I always find it interesting when people I watch, like, go around their setup and go around their environment and show you, like, what they have in their room. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do one for my setup. Oh, down here we have the baby. Never mind about all the cables, by the way. It's so fucking hard to cable manage. Here is my little baby down here. You can see my little footers. Okay, so I'll run through quickly what's inside this. I built this computer myself. It's a Corsair Air 540 case, which I absolutely love because if you see, all the components go in here. All the electronics go in here that need cooling. And then in the back here, the power supply is in the back. So the wires come out. All the wires are back here in this section. So it's cut in half. You can see, like, the backboard there. The case is cut in half, so all the cables go in the back and all the electronics have to come out here. So they get maximum cooling and it looks super clean. I got some special LEDs for it because it was too dark. And I like being able to see in, so... The CPU, I forget, oh god, you can see me and you can't even see the computer itself. The CPU is an i7-4770K. I forget the name of the cooler. It's a Cooler Master one though. Liquid cooling thing. And then I have 32 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance RAM. Some of you will be incredibly interested in this and some of you will be like, what the fuck is he talking about? So, bear with me. It's interesting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's interesting. Believe me, it's cool. I fucking love computers. I love putting them together. I'm not trying to... one of the reasons I put off these types of videos as well, which I should have said from the outset, is I don't do this to try and show off. I don't want to show... I don't want to do a video where it seems like I'm trying to show you everything I have, being like, oh, look what I have. I'm better than you. I never ever wanted to seem like that. This is just what... I enjoy this stuff. I'm like a computer enthusiast. I love buying components for computers. I love putting computers together. I've put together like 4, I think, since I started PC gaming, which was only like 6 years ago. And I absolutely love it. It's such a... well, I wouldn't say it's a hobby of mine because I don't do it often, but I just love putting computers together. But this, the GPU in this is a Titan X, a GeForce GTX Titan X, the old one, not the new Pascal one. This is an Asus Zoner STX sound card. This dude right here. So this computer, this is my recording and gaming and everything computer. This is up here and this is what I do all my YouTubing on. So it's very, very precious to me. And I think if you're gonna, if you want to do YouTube properly, or if you do it as your job, you should definitely invest in like some decent equipment so the people who watch get the best experience possible. They get the highest quality experience possible, and the stuff just comes out in a way that you're happy with. Well, to me, because I'm a huge like stickler for quality in regards to like bit rates and resolutions and especially audio, those kind of things. So I try to make sure everything is really high quality. I don't know if it actually works or not. This is just my setup in general. You can see my ring light here. It's probably not good to be shining right at it, but that's the light that shines at my face whenever I'm recording. And if you've seen any of like the vlogs, actually I'll do it right now. Like the vlogs, when you go up to it like that, it makes your pupils like circles, which I don't know, some people hate that effect, but I really, really like it. And it's just good for when you're shining like right at your face. It surrounds your face in light, so there's no like shadows being cast all over the place. I have it set kind of to the side because that's where my camera is set up. My camera is here, and it points like at me over here, so it shines at my face over here because that's the way when I look at the camera while I'm recording, like the screen is here and I look over, that means like the light is shining all on my face. So you can see me clearly. This camera is completely overkill. It is a Sony A7R II. It's the same camera Mark uses, actually. He was the one who showed it to me when I went to LA the first time back in February. Same time I got the bug. He was showing me the camera and I was like, holy god, that camera is nice. And it really is. That's the one I do all the reading comments videos and the vlogs and everything with these days. The camera I'm using right now is a Canon G7X. So I recorded the Pokemon Go videos with. So this camera is just insane. It's completely overboard for any sort of Let's Play content. I would not advise getting this if you're just doing Let's Plays for a face cam. If you're a vlogger and you don't mind having a giant camera with you all the time, like a DSLR, it's an insanely good camera. And it takes like some of the best still images I've ever seen. So my setup, as you can see, as I'm sitting right here, there's Battlefield 1 in the background. This is... I got a new mic recently. Again, this is completely overkill for YouTube as well. It's a Neumann U87AI. This is from an old mic. This doesn't come with it. And it's just an insanely good quality mic. Because I've tried out XLR mics before. And I used to have a USB mic. And it was really, really good. It was really good for like the price it was, the quality it was. It was a Shure PG42. I think they might have discontinued them since. But I used to use that for the longest time, for like a year and a half, I think. But I always wanted to upgrade to an XLR mic. And I kept trying different mics here and there, and I had to send them back because they didn't sound good. I've tried lots of different mics over the years, and they didn't sound the way I wanted them to sound, because my voice is pretty high-pitched compared to most male voices. So when I would scream and I would yell, it sounded shitty. Some of the mics I tried, because they were more for like up close, bassy kind of voices. So for me, they didn't sound that good. I tried like a Shure SM7B, didn't like that. I can't remember some of the other ones I tried. But this one, the U87, I love it so much. It's so crisp, it's so clear, it balances out the audio really, really well when I'm recording. Without any sort of like effects or anything like that. It handles shouting very well, it handles the frequency of my voice very well. And that runs into this duder right here. Sorry if all of this is out of focus. This is a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. It's actually a really great... A lot of people now who know mics are going to say that this should not be running into something like that, because that's pretty budget quality and this is studio quality, and I'd agree, but it sounds fine. And I don't really want to invest in racks or anything like that because I'm not recording a shit ton of stuff and I'm not recording stuff for like CD quality type material. So for YouTube, it's fine. These are my new headphones for like Vive gameplay. I can't remember what they're called. They're Sennheiser somethings. I just bought like cheapish wireless headphones so I could walk around while playing Vive stuff. These are my regular headphones that I use day to day, and these are like the best headphones I have ever owned in my life. Because not only do they have memory foam like velour on them, which makes them super, super comfy. I can literally wear these all day and never have earaches or like pressure on my head. Some would say that they're too loose, and probably, but for what I do, they're fine. These are Philips Fidelio X1s. These are the older generation. There's X2s out now, which are better, I think. These have just really great bass response, and I love them so much. This is my headphone amp. It's a Sheet Magni. Come on, focus, you bitch. SCHIIT. So it looks like shit. which they've used in their marketing a lot, which is hilarious, and I love them for it. But it's a Sheet Magni, and then you can get a Sheet Modi if you want. The Modi is like the digital to analog converter, the DAC, and this is just an amp that comes from my sound card into that, and then my headphones plug into that. So, because these are pretty big headphones, so you kind of need extra power to drive them and to get the most out of them. So I like having a headphone amp, and I like one of the things you'll notice about this setup is I like having everything kind of separated. It's not an all-in-one setup, which most YouTube setups are, but I like separating out as much as possible. Like, the camera is one thing on its own. Recording the game is one thing on its own. When I record voice, it's a completely separate file, because I like to, like, minimize the risk. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if like you're recording all in one setup and something breaks in that, it's all gone. At least if I'm recording my mic, my gameplay, and my camera, if the gameplay and the camera are fine, but my mic cuts out halfway through, I can just go to the camera audio. It's not the best, but it's better to have it all spread out so that I can at least still use the footage instead of having to scrap the entire thing. This is interesting to watch. I hope so. I was realizing how much I'm like over explaining a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, should I go over like YouTube stuff, softwares and everything? Yeah, okay. I'll show you like how I start a recording. Right, now I'm not saying that this is like the be-all and end-all way of recording videos, because it's not. Every YouTuber has their own way of doing stuff, and that's what makes YouTube great, because nobody's the exact same as each other. But any of you out there who want to start YouTube and have absolutely no idea how you sync up like face cam to gameplay to voice and everything, because I remember when I started, I had absolutely no idea how to do that stuff. It took me forever to try and figure it out. Nobody was giving any great tutorials, because everyone was like, well, it's fairly obvious, don't you think? But it's only obvious when you figure it out. When you're trying to learn it, it's not obvious at all. So, okay, what you can see here is a preview of what my camera is. This is the Elgato capture card. I have an Elgato capture card inside this. It's the Elgato Pro something. I don't know. It's the PCI Express Elgato card. So it goes in there, and my camera goes straight into that. There's a HDMI cable coming out of that into my capture card down here, and that's the preview you're seeing here. Normally that's how you'd record a console on the computer, because this hooks up to the PlayStation or the Xbox or the Wii U or whatever you're recording, and then you can record through that. But normally I just use it to preview my camera. It's not the best solution, because this camera has an LCD screen on the back, but it doesn't flip up. It's not like this camera, as you can see right now on screen. This camera has like a flip-up LCD on it that you can see what you're doing, which is fantastic. But this one doesn't, because it's like you're not supposed to be like selfieing with it, so to speak. So I have to have some way of previewing it, so I do that. So I click record on the camera, it shows up here. Then I normally just close this off or shut it down because it takes up CPU power. I have Bandicam open, which is in like a 1080p window. But normally, I'll pull my mic down here in front of me. Normally, the camera's going, and then I'll hit record here, and then, oh wait, phantom power needs to be turned on because the camera's not, or the mic isn't working right now. See the little red light on it? That's phantom power. Now the mic's picking up. So what you normally do then is, or what I'd normally do then, I should say, sorry, is the camera's rolling, the mic is recording, and then I'll say like 3, 2, 1, and then clap, like an actual audible clap. Wait, I'll do it. 3, 2, 1. So that way you can see the audio clap is like a sheer spike. The audio clap and the countdown are to try and like sync up everything. So that way you go into your file, you bring in your camera file, you bring in the audio file, and then you just sync up the clap on the audio for the camera and the audio here. And the clap is like a sheer spike, so it's very easy to sync up, and you can see if stuff is out of place or whatever. And then normally what I'll do is, well, it's not going to work here. I'll go back out to my desktop. It's just like 3, 2, 1, and then Bandicam is recording. So Bandicam is recording this, whatever's inside this window, which is really handy. So if a game crashes, you can still see the footage. Because normally if you're recording with Fraps and the game crashes, it'll cut off the audio, or it'll cut off the recording. But Bandicam's game recording mode, if the game crashes, sometimes the file is corrupt. And a lot of softwares do this, which is really annoying. So I like having the desktop recording mode for Bandicam, because then if something crashes, it's still there. It's still running in the background. You just record your desktop then, or whatever. So when I do the 3, 2, 1, then you can see, well, it's usually like a, and I hit record at the exact same time. So 3, 2, 1, and record. So then you go back in. It's usually followed by, sorry, I'm all over the place. It's usually followed by like a visual sync. So you can see like my mouse here, then I'll go like right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So that way you'll have a visual representation of the sync, an audio representation of the sync. So you line them all up with each other, and then you start editing from there. So again, any of you who know this stuff, it's going to be super mundane and super boring, and you're going to be like, well, duh. But people who are like just starting out on YouTube sometimes have no idea how this stuff is done, or how people sync up their things. And I know I had no idea how to do it when I started. I can't even remember the idea, the solution that I had when I was recording. Some stuff does change around. Like if I'm recording a reading comments video, I like having this in the background, my shelves, just because I like the colors that pop off this, like all the greens and blues, now reds. I really like that in the background. So what I normally do is bring my camera over here and sit it down like in the middle of the floor, and I'd have to adjust everything and bring everything over. So it's a bit overly complex, or a bit overly convoluted to try and record that way, because it's way more effort to do that than to just sit down where I am normally. But I don't know, I like having the series to look different. I like having different backgrounds for different stuff, and I just like how the shelves look. And then for Vive stuff, it's a lot different again, so it's not all the same all the time. The setups change every now and then for different things I'm doing, but hopefully this video was interesting. Hopefully some people got something out of it. Hopefully you can get a feel for what it's like to just sit down and record a YouTube video, because what you see is like a finished product, but like what I see is just like this, and it's so bizarre. Like from my perspective, this is what I'm looking at. Like it's nothing amazing, it's nothing super complex, but again, when you watch like the final product all the time, you just see the end product. You don't see all the work that goes into it. So YouTube, again, I wouldn't say YouTube is like the hardest job in the world. It's not super hard to sit down and record a game. It is hard to be consistent. Like to record 2 videos every day and upload them all the time consistently for like 3 years, I'm proud of the fact that I have been able to do that. I've been able to upload 2 videos at the same time, all the time for years, and I haven't missed a day, unless something like the power's gone out or something that's completely out of my control. But usually I'm fairly consistent and fairly ahead of stuff, and I'm very proud of my work ethic. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, but it does take up a lot of time to be able to do this. Like I sit down here and I record, and I record, edit. Well, I have an editor now as well, as many know, but I still edit most stuff. I'll be editing this video, and like all the reading comments and all the vlogs and everything, I edit those. But like sitting down here, editing, thumbnailing, just recording everything, getting everything all in place, answering comments, all that kind of stuff. It's like a 9 to 12 hour a day job. And a lot of people think it's just sitting down, recording videos, and that's it, and it's easy. And there's a lot of people out there as well who are like, oh, he just shouts at video games, that's easy, anybody could do that. It's like, technically, yeah, anybody could. But that's the thing, so many people have tried it and it doesn't work, so it's like, it's not that simple, it's not that easy. But at the same time, I don't want to make it sound like my job is so hard. I have the hardest job in the world, because at the end of the day, I don't. I'm very, very lucky to be able to do what I do, and it's all thanks to all of you who watch, so anytime I can give back or give tips or anything, I'm more than happy to. This is just the way I do things. If you're out there and you do YouTube yourself, you probably do stuff very different. I'm not trying to force my way of doing things upon anybody, but hopefully it just gives a little insight onto how stuff is done. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face like a boss, and high fives on rope. Whoosh, whoosh. Well, thank you guys, and I will see all you dudes. Includes everything you need to be a master magician. Well, we're just gonna fucking see about that, aren't we? Right. What do we got in here? We got the fucking pamphlet, 50 amazing magic tricks. Seriously baffling magic to amaze and impress. Touch the butt.